to introduce you to my next guest, who is from Chicago, great comedian, Heather Zagone.
Hello.
And only moved out here 2 years ago to take your acting career very seriously, right? Yes. And you did Second City in Chicago, and you performed at Improv, Comedy Store right up the street from my house, all over the place, Ice House, Zanies. I read your whole resume.
Yeah.
So, and you're a pretty funny lady, too. So how did you get, you're welcome. I have a soft spot for comedians. I know how
Women comedians.
Yes.
Rock on.
Rock on, girl.
Anyone can do it.
I know. No, not
anyone.
No.
But women can do it, though.
Not anyone can do it. Well, only certain people can do it.
Only certain people. Yeah, but that's why I got into comedy, was just to show people that, you know, women are funny and they can be funny. And people look at me and they're like, you don't look like a comedian. I'm like, what does a comedian look like?
What does a comedian look like? Exactly.
I feel like...
That's what they say about gay people, you know?
You can't be a
like,
comedian.
What does a lesbian look like, you know? I'm like, oh, okay, well, I don't fit that stereotype. I guess I'll be straight now. You know what I mean? It's just...
Kind of do what they think.
I know. So did you do a lot of comedy while you were in Chicago?
I did a lot of like acting, improv, sketches, anything I could do. But I've always been kind of on a comedy show. Like everything I do, somehow I had some kind of a twist to it.
And and then so what made you decide to just, hey, I'm going to move out to California?
I had been planning it since I was 5 years old. I wanted to go to California. I love Chicago, but we all know we have crazy winters.
Yes.
And
it was like 30 degrees there the other day, you know. I know. I called my mom. My mom went there. And it was 30, it was 90 here.
I get a daily report. My family all lives there. So every day they're like, oh, so how's California?
You're like the same. Nice and sunny.
Actually, it's pretty good today. How's Chicago?
And you're like, the humidity didn't affect my hair at all. It still looks the same as yesterday, actually.
I can drive okay. I love it.
Yeah, you're not going to spin out on the ice.
I drive a Mustang, so I got nowhere.
The only thing you got to worry about here about driving is all the crazy drivers.
There's other people that drive out here. I love it. They start to learn to drive right in front of you.
Yeah, they do, actually.
They really do.
That's what happens. You're like, what happened?
Oh, and then I'm Sicilian, so
Green
like
means
I
go.
Like, hold it down.
Yeah.
What kind of driving schools are out here?
I think it's the foreigners who are teaching the driving schools, and I don't think they know how to.
Got the Asians.
Okay,
I'll tell you everything.
Yeah. Don't to your left now. You go now. So basically, you came out here and you've been kind of tearing it up all over town.
Yeah, I basically, that's all I do is I eat, sleep, and breathe comedy. I mean, I'm still involved in acting. I did, thank God, I did 4 movies last year.
Yeah.
And then comedy, I'm at a comedy club every night, even if I'm not performing. I'm just checking out the scene, letting everybody know who I am.
Right.
So
I remember that in life, girl. I remember that life. Trust me, it's a hard one.
It's a hard life.
Yeah, but it sounds like a song from Annie.
It's a hard life for comedians.
Yeah, but you also brought a clip for us.
I did, yeah.
And I watched it, and it's a great clip. And where is that clip from, actually?
That is from, I was on tour in July, and it was a Midwest tour. We hit like Ohio, Minnesota, we hit Chicago. I was glad, and that was actually from Chicago.
Oh, it was?
Chicago Performing Arts Theater.
Good.
Yeah.
So you were in your hometown.
I was in my hometown.
You were feeling the love.
Yeah.
And
my parents finally understand what I'm doing when I say comedian.
Yeah, they don't get it, do they? They're like, when are you going to get a real job? I'm like, oh, this is my real job.
Yeah, pretty much. I come home, I'm on tour. They're like, oh, great. So how do you pay your bills, really?
Exactly. You're like, well, at least you get to laugh every day.
Yeah.
People at an office job are just sitting home crying their eyes out. At least you get to see some other funnier comedians. And you guys got that clip ready to show? Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. You viewers are going to love it. She is definitely funny. So let's take a look.
That's the only time you find a woman's afraid of 6 inches. True story. My mom wrote that joke. Mom, I got hit every day. I got hit so much, I could tell you what hurt more. Like belt, hanger, spatulas. Okay, wooden, plastic, metal. It was like, oh, the memories. My mom's a ninja, okay? She could nail you from wherever she was. I was upstairs, she was downstairs. It was like a boomerang when she threw that spatula. Somehow it was just like, lights out! So before I moved to LA, my family and friends, they had a couple of do's and don'ts on how to survive in LA. Apparently they're experts. The best advice I got, don't do porn. That was it. Don't do porn. They're like, if you need to survive out there, money's tight, just become a waitress like everybody else in the industry, just don't do porn. I was like, Okay, so I've been out there for 2 years. They're like, how are you surviving? Is comedy really paying your bills? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. No. So the other day, this guy calls me. He's like, are you sure you're not doing porn? Because I was watching this porno last night. You looked just like the girl in the video. I'd watch it over and over and over. Oh, I was like, Dad, for the last time. We're really close now. You know, I remember them telling us that the #1 reason why banks got robbed was because as the employees, we weren't giving the customers enough eye contact and personality when we first walked through the door. I was like, that's why banks get robbed, really? That's like the #1 reason? I'm like, all right, well the Lord blessed me with these 2 big peepers. I'm gonna go for Employee of the Month and get that 10-cent raise. So every time someone would walk into the bank, it didn't matter who it was, I was just like, hi! He's desperate. But if I really wanted to freak him out, I would go cross-eyed. I would make one eye look at the customer I'm helping, and one eye look at the next person in line. Hi, ma'am, how can I help you today? Excuse me, sir, hold on a second. What are you waiting for? Yeah, I'm drunk.
Heather Zagone, everybody. Fabulous. Fabulous. Now, you know I'm going to make you do that thing with your eye. Why don't you look right in the camera?
All right.
Can you do it? Mm-hmm. Okay, do it. Now that you could probably get parts with, I bet, right?
I work on it. I'm trying to. I'm really trying.
I bet, because you're making like one eye go one way.
I make one eye look straight, and I make this one go back and forth, or I can play around with them.
Oh my God, you're making me crazy right now like that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that
crazy.
was so funny. Did you train yourself how to do that? Contortionism for your eyes.
I know. It's so funny because my whole life, everybody always noticed my eyes first. They're like, you have beautiful big blue eyes.
Yeah,
and then
you do. Gorgeous.
In my comedy, I play them up, when I play it down and I make myself look gross and, whatever I can do to show that I'm ugly.
Because otherwise they'll think you're trying to be like a pretty girl,
exactly.
Right?
And I'm like, no, like, please, like, no, don't let this exterior fool you. Like, I'm really a guy. I like to act like a guy. Well, I did. I have 3 brothers.
Yeah.
3 brothers.
Yeah.
I mean.
They're from Chicago, so.
From Chicago, Italian family, enough said.
Exactly.
And then I had 3 guy cousins that were right next door to us. So
you did?
I had 6 like pretty much older guy brothers and cousins. It was ridiculous.
And that's how you basically learned how to be goofy and
yeah,
do your
that's how it
eyes
stared, Just my family, they're all goofy.
My brother used to sit down on me at my head and fart on my head. He did.
I do it to them now.
Yeah, there you go. You're welcome.